Welcome to another episode of our podcast, Close the Tab. This is Alex the Critic. I am joined today by my two co-hosts, Spaceman 101
Yeah, hello.
and Travis.
Spaceman sucks.
We're also joined by our special guest, Captain Dex, from another podcast called Battleships and Tea Time.
Thanks for having me, guys, and thank you for the warming introduction, critic.
I mean, I just said who you were.
Yeah.
But anyway, how's life been the past week, guys?
I guess I'll go first. So, nothing really happened except, I just paid off a speeding ticket I got. Funny enough.
Ooh, a little bit
Yes,
of
I
Fast
do.
and Furious action here.
Yes, I know. The one time I only went 10 over. I got a speeding ticket.
Racist.
But
No.
honestly, they looked at me and they're like, "You're a white man." And I'm like, "No, I'm Asian." He's like, "Okay, you have a nice day."
Wrong answer. You should've
Joke's on you.
That was the test. You failed miserably.
the well-known racism test.
Here's a ticket. Have a nice day. And I'm like, ah. But yeah, I paid it off, and I've been watching a lot of anime lately, actually, and that's it.
Right. Nothing too much has been going on with me. I've just been editing our last podcast episode, which has been fucking hell. I wouldn't wish this kind of torment on anybody.
Except
Don't be an editor, guys. It's not. It's not worth it. Trust me. And I've also been recording my next video on Call Me Carson. I'm about halfway done with it. I still got another half to go, but it's been going pretty well. Except something really annoying happened last night while I was recording. The phone that I used to record was on like 14% battery, and while I was in the middle of like recording one of my lines, it just shut off on me. Like it went from 14% to 1%, and then it just like died. And I'm like, what the hell? So I
hate
had
when that
to-
happens.
Yeah, I had to bust out my iPhone to finish recording the last few lines that I was gonna record that night, which is really annoying because that means there's gonna be like a noticeable difference in like the quality for the video for like part of it, and that really annoys me.
Yeah. I mean, unless like you were to do the whole section again, but that takes work.
Yeah, fuck that. I was already putting in way too much effort to record the lines. I'm not just gonna redo it again just because my phone died on me for a bullshit reason.
Yeah. I guess for me, not much has really happened. Just doing some college work and then chilling.
Can't believe that Spaceman's so boring. So anyway, we're gonna cut out Spaceman's part. It was completely useless.
never
So,
mind.
Captain
I
Dex.
really thought you were gonna cut me. I was like, oh, okay.
No. All right, Captain Dex. your turn.
I've been, of course, going to school myself, but I've also put some time and dedication to some other things, some personal stuff here and there, but mostly a lot of stuff into our main Discord server, the Picto Garden. Just been working on that. We're trying to figure out, like, right now, who else we can get back into the server, and we're also trying to figure out what else we can play, because, we've mostly been playing Fortnite sessions, and I was like, I just don't want to fucking play Fortnite all the time. But Fortnite is like not something we're gonna drop though. It's something that we can all play. It's the sole surviving cross-platform game across all platforms, and so like I don't think it's something that we're gonna drop. And for me, like it would be nice to play some other things. It would be nice to get a D&D session sometime down the road. I don't know when the hell we're gonna do it, but it's in the fucking cards, damn it.
Hey, Spaceman, that's exactly on your field.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
One could say up your alley.
Exactly.
You're like up his space butt. Ha ha.
Haha.
Oh,
All right,
no.
well, this is the part of the podcast where we cover at least one trending topic. So, first trending topic that I read about a couple days ago, Gina Carano got fired from was it The Mandalorian?
The Mandalorian.
Yeah, she got fired from that for basically her political views, and the hashtag cancel Disney Plus has been trending on Twitter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I wanted to get your guys' takes on that situation. Being that I know a lot of you are like Star Wars fans and like you have like a bunch of like thoughts on like cancel culture and all that.
So who here has finished season 2? I think I'd just like to start off with that before like I say anything out of pocket.
I still haven't, even though I have Disney Plus availability.
Okay.
You lazy asshole.
Damn.
Yeah, I am.
I finished The Mandalorian. I thought it was fucking amazing.
Agreed.
I guess I'll just start first real quick. There were worse people that you should have taken off of other projects, Disney. And as for the future of the character, I won't spoil on how season 2 ends, but I don't think she was gonna come back anyways. Let's just say that.
All right, spaceman.
Oh,
We're putting you on the spot first.
oh no!
Yes.
Here we go. I don't have too much information on like why she got fired or such and such. But from what my brother has told me, the actress, she was just like mentioning on Twitter, like you don't have to have your pronouns on your bio. And that's what she was just going for, but a lot of people just twisted what she said into something else. And then now she's getting like kicked out of the Mandalorian series, which is like dumb too, because what is it, on Twitter I saw another post where it compared her to the actress of Mulan, where it's like the actress of Mulan, she supported concentration camps, nothing was done with her.
That's so fucking stupid.
Oh yeah, it is. And there's Disney did nothing with her, but they keep trying to promote her movie. But then the Mandalorian lady, all she said was like, look, I'm not a big fan of putting pronouns in your bio. I don't think that's necessary. And then she gets fired for that, from what I've heard. I don't know if this is completely true, but it's ridiculous one way or another.
Yeah, I'd like to issue just a small correction. I don't believe she said anything about pronouns explicitly from what I've read, but the thing that got her fired, like part of it was that she included as part of her handle on Twitter a joke about pronouns. Like her pronouns were be, boop, and bop, which was funny to me, but obviously Twitter didn't like that very much. So yeah, she didn't explicitly say anything about pronouns, but she did make a joke about pronouns. But either way, it's still like stupid that she got fired for that.
I agreed.
Travis, anything you would like to add to this harrowing discussion about freedom of speech?
Spaceman sucks.
Epic. So anyway, now that we're done talking about current events, let's move on to the main subject of this week's podcast, which is anime. Just in general. We're going to cover the entire history of anime, guys.
Oh god. As much as I am a weeb, I would not want to go through that right now.
It's funny because you brought the Asian in for this.
So technically you were here from the start, so we didn't really bring you on.
Oh,
Exactly.
well, you brought the Asian into this.
That's not how this works.
Reality
So,
can be whatever I want it to be.
So anyway, we're going to talk about not all anime, obviously, but lesbian anime, because me and Travis have been watching a heck of a lot of lesbian anime the past month, I want to say.
Let's go.
Which one of us should go first as to what we've been like watching and what we're going to be debating?
So I started watching Citrus because I remember Alex mentioned in the last podcast Citrus and all that.
For those who were listening to last week's podcast, me and Spaceman went on a rant about the anime Ero Manga Sensei, which then led off into another discussion about lesbian anime. And Travis suggested, or not suggested, but he brought up the anime Candy Boy and said that it was pretty good. And
no, I said it was supreme.
I'm just trying to relay what happened. Let's not debate.
Okay.
Then I brought up the anime Citrus, and I said that it had better character development than Ero Manga Sensei had. I watched Candy Boy because Travis recommended it to me, and then Travis watched Citrus. Yeah, because I recommended it to him. And now we're here to talk about our experiences watching these anime and arguing about which one is better.
So Citrus, it's a very interesting anime. The first episode of Citrus, we're introduced to what's her name?
Yuzu?
Yeah, there you go, Yuzu. Yeah, you're introduced to her, and she's like going to a new school because her mom remarried. So she's dressed up like a fucking weirdo. A lot of makeup on, and I don't think I've ever met anyone who put that much makeup on her. Like
it took a step too far for you.
That's like a whole nother species. Okay, I feel like I probably just offended some of our female viewers. Makeup is awesome. It's just you put it's okay. You know what? Can
Thanks,
you
Travis. We're all canceled now.
Your career is over.
we're gonna start the hashtag cancel Travis movement.
Travis, damn it. I did not
Anyway,
sign up for this.
so I'm gonna segue to stop talking about Nick. She gets over to the high school, right? And like, you know, the council members, student council members, you know, they're like, you're breaking so many like school violations and everything. And you know, the Yuzu, she's trying to like get away with it, going like, it's my first time, my first day, and all that stuff. And then we're introduced to other main girl, May, and she's like the most irritating character for me. So she's out here like frisking her, she's like touching her up and all that stuff, killing her, like I guess the phone, because that's what she gets later. But like she's out here just groping her ass like for a good fat minute, and I'm like, that's sexual harassment. That's not allowed. We don't do that here. And then like she grabs her phone. Anyway, we're just gonna skip some parts because like the one thing that like got me was the fact that we find out that the mother remarried, he's not there, but he has like a daughter, and so Yuzu now has a stepdaughter, and we find out that it's the student council president. You know, the chick that's fucking groping her and shit. And in that first episode, they get in like an argument or something, and then May just ends up just fucking kissing her, and I'm like, wait, what is going on?
Hold on, I think you're missing the important part, which is that Yuzu catches one of the teachers forcing themselves on May, and so Yuzu rags on her for their kiss because she doesn't know that it wasn't consensual, and so May decides to kiss her just to shut her up.
Just to shut her up, yeah.
That's how the first episode ends.
But the thing is, though, you see it coming in a sense because they play the intro, right? And in the intro, it just like it ends with them kissing.
Before you get into that, what do you think of the intro? Because personally, it's one of my like top 5 favorite like intros to like any show. Like I love it. I mainly just love the song. Like the actual intro is it's all right, but
I was gonna say the intro's but the song was top tier. I'm not gonna lie, you know, it's like outside of like all those like whatchamacallit, what's the genre where like, you know, they're like fighting and all that stuff? Shonen?
I don't know,
but yeah. But yeah, that's like the end of the first episode. I'm not gonna try to like go through the entire anime like episode by episode.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be a long podcast if we do that.
Yeah, we gotta go to like the general
stuff. So after that, Yuzu's just like caught in the spiral of does she like love her now and all that stuff. And later on, you know, she actually does. She loves her not as family, but like as an actual like lover. The only problem is just like the chemistry of it all, I guess. It was very frustrating to watch because the thing is, you have two characters where like they could clearly just like talk about it, but most of the time they don't really talk about it. I have no idea why, but they don't. It just feels like the writers, they made it to where we're not going to make them talk about it like normal people would talk about it because we want to we want to drag out this drama as long as we can. And essentially that's what they did. But
that's like a problem that a lot of anime has.
It is.
Like characters don't actually act like people.
Exactly. And like I thought that like they had it all solved because like there was like a Christmas episode where like, you know, there was like some conflict and, you know, the both of them managed to like get over it. But then out of nowhere, like May like started taking off her clothes and she was like, you want to do it or something? Or then like because that's not what Yuzu wants, she denies it, and then May goes in a hissy fit. And she just doesn't talk to her anymore. And I'm just like, I guess.
Like, why don't you guys just talk to each other?
Just talk to each other. And it's just one of those things that frustrates me because, like, it just seems like May is just out here kissing everyone. Because at some point in the anime, May's best friend, she's jealous about how, like, Yuzu and, like, May are, like, getting closer than, you know, the best friend and May, you know?
Yeah.
And so, like, when May and her best friend were like alone, she was assaulting her essentially. Like she was like messing around with her ear because apparently that's like her like, sensitive spot. And I'm just
like she was coming on to her.
Exactly, she was coming on to her. And then like May, she's like in a normal situation, you would like fucking shove them off, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing because they cut away from that in the anime. They don't show you what happens afterwards. But
that's true.
Later on, when Yuzu asks May about that interaction, May tells her that she just pushed her away. But I don't know how much I believe her.
Yeah, see, that's the thing though, because like the way they make out May is that like she just like she's basically just a liar. Like she lies about a lot of things. So it's just one of those things where it's like I don't think I can just take your word face value. This is what I've been seeing.
One of the criticisms I have for Citrus is that Mei does a lot of really terrible shit in this anime. Like, she sexually assaults Yuzu a lot of times. And
Yes.
one of the things that I thought, and that a lot of people who watch the show also have thought, is that Mei might have gotten molested when she was younger. Because that's the only way you could really justify how she behaves in this series. Like, something had to have happened to her earlier in her life that made
That's
her just
true.
okay with assaulting other people. And like,
That's true.
the anime never gets into it. Like, they never,
Yeah.
we never learn why Mei acts the way that she does, other than that's just who she is.
That's just who she is, exactly. You know, and it gets so irritating because at some point the school takes like everyone out to like a vacation, like I don't know, some sort of school trip, and there's these other characters. I forgot their fucking names, but they're like white-haired bitches, and like.
Oh wait, I think I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the two other sisters, like the one who's super tall and the other who's super. Okay, so the short one is named Sarah, and the
there we go,
one,
Sarah.
Man, what's the tall one's name? I can't remember. Anyway,
doesn't matter. All that matters about Sarah because we're introduced to Sarah, and you know she's going like, "Oh, I've met my destiny and everything," and then like, build it up to where like you know we find out that Sarah is suddenly in love with Mei, and mind you, this is like after what I said about how like they did
the
a Christmas episode,
yeah,
the Christmas episode, and so like Mei isn't talking to Yuzu anymore for some reason, and so at some point. Sarah, she's like, she confesses her love to Mei, and then Sarah's like, you know, oh, like, will you go out on a date with me, or you will be my girlfriend? And Mei's just like, yeah, okay.
What do you think about Sarah's character? Because she was one of my favorite parts of the anime.
Oh yeah, no,
like, I like her character.
Oh yeah, no, like before Sarah, bro, I loved Harumin, Yuzu's best friend. I hate how I wish Yuzu fell in love with Harumin more than Mei. Because,
they have better chemistry, honestly.
They do have better chemistry, and bro, can I just say how like
wait, before you get into it, another thing I hate about Citrus is that Yuzu never tells Harumin the truth about what's going on with her life. Like she always like leaves out like the specifics of like the drama she's getting into with Mei. Harumin but like is basically just left in the dark about a lot of the shit that Yuzu's going through.
And like Harumin being like a bomb-ass friend, she's just like very understanding, and she doesn't pry like you know any further. She just leaves it as face value, and she just gives advice whenever she can. Yeah. I'm just like, bro, you want this, but you need this. You need the Harumin. But yeah, I know I love Sarah. Sarah's a really good character.
Yeah, well, because the thing that a lot of girls in anime don't have is like agency, and like their ability to like make their own decisions or like think for themselves. And Sarah's like one of the few characters who like take shit into her own hands. Like,
oh yeah,
very, like, outspoken and like not in an asshole way either. Like she's like just genuinely a nice person.
Yeah, you know, because like I remember that like you know even though you know Sarah got with Mei, when she found out that like you know Yuzu is like the one that's like in love with Mei, she literally broke up with Mei. Just so, like, you know, Yuzu can, like, confess her love to Mei, and then potentially Mei and Yuzu would get together. And I'm just like, bro, that's, like, some top-tier, like, friendship shit, you know?
Yeah. That was a really sweet gesture.
It really was.
Probably one of my favorite moments in the series, to be honest.
To be honest, my guy. It was so good. But
anyway,
it's just...
you were getting on to, like, a totally, like, different point before we got into this discussion.
Oh, yeah, I was, because I was going on about how I just think Mei is just very terrible because she got with Sarah, and then I think like we mentioned, when Sarah was like, you know, when she caught on that she broke up with like Mei, before she broke up, she like wanted a kiss from like Mei, and Mei was just like, like, and we don't see it, but it's like hinted, you know, it's hinted that they did.
Yeah,
it's just one of those things where it's just like, what's the word?
Inconsiderate.
There you go. So it's very inconsiderate because I remember Yuzu did mention how like you know that kiss meant a lot to her. But like to me, it was just nothing.
Yeah. What was your opinion on the middle school girl that gets introduced like halfway through the?
Oh, her.
Yeah, the
pink-haired one. I hated her.
Thank you. I thought she's the worst character in the series.
She literally is, bro. She's out here like she blackmailed Mei and like you know forced her to like go on a date with an older dude. And I was like, bro, I may hate Mei. But I'm gonna shift my hate to this one now. This little piece of shit.
That was like a legitimate case of sex trafficking that she just committed.
It really was. That's fucking insane.
And
like,
it was all because like she was jealous about Mei and Yuzu's relationship. That's literally the only reason.
I just hate how like most of it was like she was like, oh, like, you're stealing my big sister from me. I'm her little sister, and I'm like, you're both her little sisters, okay? Now make up. Jesus.
That whole subplot like is just terrible. It's just the worst.
It really was. I feel like if you remove that, it's still fine, like, with the anime. Like, it's just because I think at the end of that subplot, like, Mei and Yuzu are still like where they were before it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there was any progression at all.
That's true. It doesn't really add anything to the story.
They added that there just for conflict.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and the thing was, because I think, like, towards the end of that subplot, the girls, one of her plan, like, to blackmail Mei is to, like, get a picture of her getting punched by Mei. So they talk to each other in, like, the parking garage of, like, the mall that they're hanging out with.
And then
I can't remember.
And then Mei ends up kissing.
Yeah, huh? Mei. I can't remember why they were at the mall. Was it like a date or something? I can't remember. But the point is, Mei ends up like kissing her, and her excuse for that is to say that she's taking back the kiss that the girl stole from Yuzu. And not only is that a stupid reason, but you basically just gave her all of the blackmail that she needs on you.
Exactly.
Like, why wouldn't you just kiss her?
Why would? And also, it's one of those things where it's like, you're a fucking high schooler. She's a middle schooler. It's just
It's weird. It's really, really weird.
This anime was very frustrating.
Like that thing I mentioned earlier about us never getting an explanation for why Mei acts the way she does. That goes for the middle schooler too. We never find out why she's such a fucking like manipulative sociopath. We never get an explanation. That's just who she is.
It's just who she is. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's not really too much I can add because these are all problems that I had watching Citrus,
and they're pretty much the same with me because it had its moments, but like it's really crazy when like anime it was like supposed to like revolve around Yuzu and Mei, but like the best parts are when it's not with Yuzu and Mei.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I kind of disagree a little. I do think that like what the series was going for overall, I think they did a decent job at it. Because by the end of the series, like Mei does become a little less ice cold. Like she does open herself up a little more, and they do get like closer like throughout the series. So I do like their relationship. I just felt like it could have been developed a lot better, and could have been written a lot better.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was Citrus.
That was Citrus.
Well, what would you give it as like a rating?
I give it like a 3 out of 5, I guess. Maybe 4. Maybe. Because I've seen worse.
Yeah, we've
talked
definitely
about worse.
We've definitely seen worse.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know if I would call it a guilty pleasure because I still think it's a good anime. Like overall, like it has its problems, but I think it's like good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely on the sketchy side.
I mean, I will admit that like I think the anime I'm currently watching is a guilty pleasure, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
After we talk about Candy Boy.
I hope that during that entire discussion, Spaceman was just eating his popcorn, watching all this unfold.
And Captain Dex was commanding his fleet of waifus.
Fucking somebody sent one of my battleships while you were guys having that discussion.
Nice.
Rest in peace, waifu fleet 373. Damn.
Okay. Well, now we're gonna get into Candy Boy.
Okay, because you said earlier you didn't even watch it since middle school, so I don't.
Oh yeah, I did.
I don't know when, because I haven't finished watching it. I've only gotten 4 episodes in, and there's not much I can really say about it, because it's okay. It's actually I like it, but the thing is, it's a very simple anime. I guess I'll just go with what I like about it, which is that the dialogue in that series is definitely a lot more natural than it is in Citrus. Like you'll have the characters interrupting each other while they're talking to one another, and it just feels like way more like you're listening to actual conversations, which is really cool. You don't get that in anime a lot. Like usually
really
in
don't.
anime, the conversation will go like, oh, character A says something, and then after they're finished speaking, character B says something, and then it just goes back and forth like that. But in Candy Boy, the conversations and the dialogue is a lot more like, I guess the word would be free, because the characters like they'll interrupt each other or they'll like change what they're saying in the middle of like their sentences. They'll react to things that are happening in real time. And that's really neat. Like it makes the anime feel a lot more real, like it's actually like happening, quote unquote.
Yeah. Let's see. I guess it would be a bit unfair to compare Candy Boy to Citrus because it is like I guess it is different scenarios because in Candy Boy they're twin sisters, you know.
Yeah, the two main like girls are twins instead of stepsisters, but
and they've been in love with each other.
Yeah, but don't they also go to private school?
Yeah, they do. They do.
And also, man, the one thing I didn't like about Candy Boy was one of the side characters who is like obsessed with one of the girls and is like kind of like a stalker.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. That one. Yeah.
Yeah, she drags down the show for me a lot.
Yeah, but I just choose not to focus on her. You know?
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where it was like Candy Boy was just like you said, it was like the characters were more natural and like I don't know if I want to spoil it or I think I already did. Did I spoil it already? Like the way it ended and all this stuff.
Well, no, we didn't get into that yet.
We didn't get into it. Okay, good. I'm not getting into it then. But like, because yeah, the characters they do get into drama. But the thing is, like, you know, they handled it so perfectly well. You know, it's almost like
the characters talk to each other. It's crazy. Like they actually have conversations.
They actually act like human beings.
You don't know how refreshing it is after you've watched animes like Eromanga Sensei, where the characters just do things for no reason and act two-faced a lot of the time.
Yes. Eromanga. I almost advertised Eromanga. No, I'm advertising Candy Boy. Go watch that. That's a good anime.
Yeah. Even though I haven't finished it yet.
Just forget the fact that they're twin sisters.
Yeah, I guess. Well, it's like the thing is, I consider myself a very like open-minded person, and I don't mind if someone wants to tell a story about incest, so long as like they focus on the actual like relationship and why these characters are getting together. Because I think the main problem with Citrus is that they leaned way too hard on like the sexual aspect, and if you're telling a story that revolves around incest, if you include sex in that story, everyone's going to be turned off because nobody likes to think about siblings getting together that way because it's gross. But at least with like Candy Boy, they don't really lean into that all that much. Like it's way more about the actual relationship between the two girls rather than the fact that they're sisters.
Exactly. Like I think like the most action you see is like them just hugging. I don't even think they kiss.
Yeah, but yeah, the big problem, another big problem I have with Candy Boy is that outside of like the romance of it all, you don't like the world itself doesn't feel all that fleshed out. Like we don't really see too much of like the girls' lives outside of like the school. Like we don't even know like if they're in part of any clubs or anything, or like any like the actual school that they go to. Like we know very little about the things going on around them. It's mainly just focused on like the two of them, and that kind of makes it feel a little like, I guess not superficial, but very like just narrow. And I don't know, I didn't like that. Like, cause I like animes that like teach you like more than just what's going on with the main characters. Like where you feel like you're like watching like a whole world, you know, like be developed and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was our experiences watching the anime that we recommended to each other. Spaceman, you got anything to add?
I really don't.
Damn,
you guys be there all useless.
This was a terrible fucking topic because like half of the people here have nothing to add.
Yeah.
True.
Well, it's like I had to stop recording midway because like I had like hardware troubles and whatnot. But like on top of that, I just like really it was just dead air and just me checking like some other stuff. So I was like, I don't want this to be in the podcast, especially let alone like somebody else's podcast. So yeah,
I've been recording the whole
back
thing.
recording scrapped.
Oh yeah, Spaceman's giving me like a whole like other podcast to edit after this is done, and that's gonna be like even worse
Yeah,
because
I
I'll
hate
have
to
like
see
twice
it.
the content to go through.
Yeah, hate to see it.
Really?
Well, oh man, I was about to go on to something that I guess wouldn't be fair because I don't think anyone else has been watching anime this past week, eh?
I've watched Attack on Titan, but you know, I know nobody's here is caught up on that. So what
No,
the
I
hell?
stopped watching that season 2.
Yeah, no, you missed a lot. So
I have, yes. I'm aware.
nah, we ain't talking about that.
You could say he's in the dark.
You could say I'm Attack on Titan. Wait a minute.
You can say.
Okay, Spaceman, we're done.
We gotta
leave.
get on to another topic, or else our jokes are just gonna get worse.
Yeah, it's gonna get worse from here. It's gonna get
Do we
tasteless.
have
It's
another
gonna be
topic
funny.
right now?
Do we? I guess we can listen to Travis talk about the anime he's watching.
Well, okay, so get this, guys. Get this. So, another supreme good anime, and it's called I have to get it. I think it's
so
called
good he forgot the name.
Yes, exactly. But I think it's called Sweetness and Lightning. It revolves around a single dad, and he, like, the premise of it is he's like trying to learn how to cook good food, like, you know, he's trying to get good cooking because he wants to cook good food for his, you know, daughter. And for me, like, why it caught me so much was because in the first episode, it shows you, like, you know, struggles of being, you know, a single dad and everything, and they just keep that vibe going. And then, you know, like, you know, he takes his daughter out to eat and, like, you know, gets her some homemade stuff, and, like, she falls in love with it. And she's like, oh, you know, Dad, like, you know, this is some good food and everything. And, like, you know, he starts crying. And, like, that freaking got me because, like, it's just one of those things where it's like, you know, you just, you know, you want only the best for your kids, obviously. You know, so I just kept going with that. It's a really good anime. Go check it out, you know. So that's that. It's called Sweetness and Lightning. It's a really wholesome anime, and, like, you know, and, like, they act like humans, you know, like, you have the dad being an adult, acting like an adult. You have the other characters, you know, like, because they have, like, characters, like, the side characters being, like, high school students and whatnot, and, you know, they act the way they are. But the daughter acts like an actual, like, kid, you know? Because some anime, you have, like, quote-unquote, you know, kids in it, but you know they're just there for, like, the freaking lolicons that are into that shit, you know?
They're sexualized.
Yeah.
Yes, but no, like she's like, she's so precious and everything, you know, the daughter, and I'm just like, yes, this is some top tier, supreme anime, Gucci, you know. So go check that out, Sweetness and Lightning, so good. So after that, I got into Zombieland Saga. It's something. I will admit that it's not bad.
Oh shit, an anime I can talk about as well.
Yeah, because, you know, it's good. I'll say it. It's good. It's a good anime.
It's really
even
good.
Even though you know, people might be like, oh, it has CGI. I'm like, you know what? It's okay. I'll let it slide because it's super hilarious, and, like, the way it ended too, it was like, oh, you know, because, like, just like, you know, it just, like, it leaves a lot of things in the air for you to just, like, speculate upon. I'm just like, it's something, you know.
Dude, the premise is about a bunch of dead pop stars. It's like,
yes, Zombieland Saga, some dead chicks brought back to life to be pop star idols.
From what I understand, that anime is supposed to be like a satire of, like, idol culture, but I don't know because I haven't watched it.
Kinda, yeah.
I guess. Oh, actually, that makes a lot of sense now. That makes a whole lot of sense.
It looks like I just solved one of Travis's biggest questions by just offering, like, an out there comment.
Well, it looks like we solved this case. But yeah, it's a really good anime. Zombieland Saga. I'd check it out. Now I'm currently watching Do You Love Your Mom and Her 2-Hit Multi-Target Attacks.
Fucking excuse me.
It's like, come on, anime. Just a classic long ass title.
This anime, I'm gonna mark it down as a guilty pleasure because it's so cringy. Because the premise of it is, it's an online game where it sucks in the player, but it's not just the player, but it's also the player's mom. Because the premise of the game, the foundation of it is like, oh, we want to strengthen the bonds of the mom and the child, And so it's just because the thing is like the way that they have the mom acting is just so sus sometimes, and the way that they have like the way the anime is pushing the mom and the son, it's just very sus. Because like there's just times when like I don't interact with my mom like this,
It's like what?
Disconnect becomes real.
Yeah.
Honestly. And so far, I'm hoping because like the last two anime I have been watching have been really good. So I'm just hoping that this one is gonna like 180 and like kick me in the ass and be like, you know what, this is a good anime. That's what I'm hoping.
You're waiting for the face turn.
Yes, that's what I'm hoping for. But I'm already on the 5th episode, and there's like 12 episodes. I don't know. Maybe we'll see.
That's like asking for Jesus to show up and hopefully spread his holiness upon this anime. Nothing can save this disaster piece. Don't do
Man,
that.
we didn't really end up debating anything. We just ended up talking, like having normal conversations.
Oh yeah, we did. Like actual debate.
Now let's talk politics.
Fuck no, I'm out of here. I'm actually gone. My finger is on the disconnect button. I can't do that.
But no,
Actually,
seriously.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I wanted. Wait. I'm not gonna start debate. I just want to do an ad. I want to advertise a game because me and Spaceman have been playing it.
Shadow Legends.
Yes.
No. Better. It's called Stellaris. With Stellaris, it's what would you call it? Real-time strategy game.
That Halo ripoff?
Would you call it a real-time strategy game, Spaceman?
Yeah, RTS.
Awesome, yeah. It's so good. You can like it's galactic empire and everything. Control the world, the galaxy. It's so good. Me and Spaceman have been playing it. We've been controlling the galaxy. We're fighting different empires and junk. So good. Go check it out.
Nice. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Okay.
I mean, can I? I was gonna give a bit of a take on RTSs and
you go ahead.
maybe discuss what I was also playing. I guess.
But I'm gonna be timing you.
You're gonna be timing me. Thank you. I appreciate it. So I could never get into.
Okay,
RTS.
you're done.
Damn it. God damn it. I could never get into RTSs because I've tried multiple times to get into StarCraft, but I don't know what it is, but my dumb gamer brain won't allow me to fucking play games like that. So instead of talking about an RTS, I've actually been playing Control, and
Control Alt Delete?
No. You mean the spin-off to this podcast? No, it's this cool game made by the same developers of Max Payne and Quantum Break, if you remember that. It has this weird premise. It's all like I can't even fucking explain it to you. It's just this mind-bending experience, and its Ultimate Edition just came out on next-gen platforms, and it's free on PlayStation Plus. So if you have one of those and you're fortunate enough to have one, go check it out. Thanks.
Wait, isn't Quantum Break published by the same studio behind Detroit Become Human?
No.
Or is that a different
God, no.
Using it with?
I would be having you wouldn't be able to time me because I would just be ranting about how trash Quantum Break was if it was directed by fucking David Cage. You wouldn't be able to stop me. God wouldn't be able to stop me at that point.
Unless he gave a heart attack or something, but...
Yes.
Hey, let's not bring in the big man upstairs, eh?
Knock on wood, as they say.
So anyway, let's talk about God.
I'm trying to have an existential crisis. Is this my philosophy class?
No, it's even better. It's a YouTube podcast.
Let's go.
Wind up here.
Anyway, I wanted to ask you all earlier. What's an anime that everybody else likes but that you hate?
Like, what do you mean from hate? Like, despise it like 100%, or just
No,
dislike it?
Well, okay, let's be a little more specific. You can either like totally hate it or just dislike it, like it's not up your alley. You know, just an anime that you just wasn't feeling.
It's like you don't get the hype. Is that what I'm
Yeah,
trying
you
to
don't get the hype.
say? I'm
Ray
not-
Zero.
What's up?
Ray Zero.
So anyway, it sounds like Captain Dex is done with the entire podcast, so we'll say goodbye.
Yeah, we'll just.
I'm joking. I mean, I can see where you're coming from in terms of Ray Zero. Like,
I mean, like it's good, but like I just wasn't feeling it. I couldn't get into it, you know.
yeah, I feel that. Yeah, because there were times when like it was just dragging for me in terms of Ray Zero, and I was just like, you know, and I hate it because the thing is the main character is in love with this one chick, but the side chick does so much more than main chick, and I'm like, why do you love?
That's what killed
like-
it for me. I was just like, oh
Same.
no, god damn it, what the
See,
fuck?
it's another citrus thing where it's like you want this, but you need this.
I feel that. I feel that definitely. Another I would say is Black Clover, but that picked up eventually. Ray Zero is just
I
like,
haven't watched it.
yeah, it's alright. I'd recommend it.
Let's see here. For me, it was SAO.
Oh yeah, that's my go-to answer.
Yeah,
I
SAO.
still don't
Like,
get the hype behind that series. I don't get why
I
so many
really
people like it.
but
I
you know what?
genuinely don't.
But you know what? Even though it was, in my opinion, it's like yeah, I didn't like it. But like, yeah, there's out there. There's like an anime abridged of SAO. It is amazing. It is god tier.
Yeah.
So good. Go check it out.
Like, if anyone ever tells you that abridged series are not better than the original, go tell them to go watch SAO abridged. They will change their mind.
Exactly. Or tell them to go watch Hellsing Ultimate Abridged because I've never watched Hellsing Ultimate, but I feel like just by watching the abridged, I'm good.
You know what the story is.
I already know what the story is. Yeah, exactly.
It's made by the same guys, right? Or is it a different crew? Is it Team 4-Star?
No, it's Team 4. Yeah,
No.
Team 4-Star.
It's Team 4-Star. Team 4-Star made Dragon Ball Z Abridged and Hellsing Ultimate Abridged.
And then something
But-
Witty Entertainment made SAO abridged.
No, yeah. I keep getting them confused. I don't know why, but I can never differentiate the two of them.
It's okay. It happens. Okay. Well, what about you, Spaceman?
I don't think Spaceman's gonna have an answer because he's boring as fuck.
Because he sucks. Spaceman is just a cameraman.
I was like just thinking about like different types of anime that it's like, okay, from the animes that I do know, which ones was I not like super into? And well, I can understand like how people would like it, but the one that just doesn't click with me is My Hero Academia after season 1. Like it builds up to like season 1, right? But once it goes into the second season, I just couldn't continue. I just lost interest complete.
Fellas, I'm gonna
What
have to
did it for
jump
you?
out
What
this
made
window.
you? What made you?
Death.
What was like the moment where you were like, I can't. This lost me.
I guess it's just the way the story goes from one thing to another. I don't know how to really explain it. It's just
Spoiler
okay.
alert. Just to
Your
cover our
opinion's
asses.
invalid. We are done. You will get your next paycheck in the mail next week. You are no longer part of the podcast. Okay?
Send him to the gulag.
No, he doesn't get a chance to Google.
It's okay, Spaceman. I get a lot of this treatment when I tell people I don't like Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, I bet. Oh man, but it's just
It's okay. Yeah, I wasn't really a fan of Into the Spider-Verse either. Like, I thought it was good, but I was like, I'll only watch one.
So you're all sent to the gulag. I now run this ship, JK.
Okay, so if we're still going still with me.
Yeah.
Okay, so like in the season 1, like it starts building off like the beginning adventures of the main character. And that part I did like, where it's building up. And then he gets into the Hero Academy, and his adventure starts there. But when it reaches season 2, it goes into like this tournament, like the cliche tournament kind of thing when like anime series will go into, where it's like, okay, then now the character has to fight other characters. I don't know if it's just me, but it was that part. Like I just lost interest, and I understand how people will still continue liking the show. It's just for me, I just couldn't continue the series from there, and I was like, okay, good for this show, but not my forte.
So you didn't see anything else outside from the tournament in season 2?
to be frank, I haven't finished all of season 2. I mostly saw like the first few episodes.
You
And yeah, that
asshole. You missed out on so much. Like, because like I get where you're coming from, but it's like, you know, if you're a fan of comic books and you're a fan of like those ongoing story arcs that build up characters, you're really gonna like that show, because like that tournament arc is just kind of serving as a breather from everything that happens in season 1.
Season 1, exactly.
I guess what Spaceman is saying is that he enjoyed the ongoing story in season 1, and that he felt that that breather kind of killed the mood for him.
Yeah, actually, you explained it very well. It's just you have this story that's building up to something bigger, and then it gets like was it the
Gets overshadowed by the cliche arena.
Yeah, the arena
arc. Hey yo, we're all fighting now. It's like, why?
yeah.
Yeah, I think that reminds me of when I tried watching Naruto, actually, because I stopped in the tuning exams because I remember I still remember when like Naruto or like Sasuke, like they were up against these guys, and like they had like hidden power or something, and then like they didn't delve in that first. They just had to focus on the tuning exams. Like I understand that like they started with the tuning exams, so therefore it's just they're gonna keep continuing with the tuning exams. But it's like I don't know. But I know Naruto is good though, because like I've seen some like moments from it, and I'm just like, that's really awesome.
Yeah, it's just the tuning exams feel like they take forever too when you're initially watching it. The first time, it's just like, oh my god, what the fuck? Can we get this? Can we get this going, please? And that's the thing with tournament arcs. It's just like they feel like they take forever. So like I get where I'm coming from.
Let's ask the reverse question. What's an anime that everyone else dislikes, but that you are really into?
Oh shit. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, no, never mind. Hold on. Damn it.
No. Well,
I actually got my answer right now.
Hold on. I'm trying to think because like I almost said SAO because like I don't get SAO, but hold on. It was the Gun Gale arc that like got me like hooked again, because like we gotta admit the Gun Gale arc, Spaceman sucks.
He's having a stroke.
That's like his kick. The Spaceman sucks.
Spaceman sucks. Hashtag Spaceman sucks.
What's the hashtags from this episode, guys?
Yeah, it was the Gun Gale arc that like got me hooked, because I was like, this is interesting. It's Call of Duty, but VR essentially.
So, did you watch the SAO alternate anime?
No, I didn't watch that.
That's pretty decent. But from the few episodes I watched of it.
Okay, well I'll check it out, I guess.
Anyway, you guys want to give your answers?
I'm still thinking.
Yeah, like when it comes to me, I don't really watch like anime like a ton at all. Like
me and Spaceman are kind of like in the same boat.
Yeah, I like the ones that I watched was like popular was like, what is it, like One Punch, Mob 100 was it, and then what was, I don't even remember the last.
Well, I guess the more interesting question would be like, do you care for the popular opinions when it comes to like stuff that you watch?
Actually, that's where
or do you just like watch things like that interest you, like you see it and then you're like, I want to watch this?
You know what, to be honest, I think it's that second one with a bit of the first, where it's like, oh, I hear like a lot of things, but then it's also something that, oh, okay, I know that. Like, for example, what is it? I forgot that one anime name, the one with the blood cells.
Cells at Work.
Cells at Work, yeah.
Cells at Work?
Like, I would not have known about that anime if it weren't for people talking. I was like, oh, okay, and I liked the character design, so I checked it out, and it was a really good anime. And
You see, it's funny because I came across Cells at Work because like I just came across on Netflix, and then like I saw that like the description was like, oh, there's something about like cells, and I was like, interesting, an anime about cells, huh?
For me, I think the answer, that's a very interesting topic, but like I think for me the answer is like an anime that I like that everybody just couldn't get into, so we're all in a chat.
If he says Arrow Manga Sensei, I swear to God.
We're done here. If he says Arrow Manga Sensei.
Shoot me. No, it's actually JoJo's Bizarre Adventures because I don't know a lot of people who like that anime, and I happen to be like a really huge fan of like
Really?
those series.
I thought that was like one of the most popular ones.
Yeah,
It is amongst like the fan base and like in the internet, but like in terms of the people that I know, it's just like everybody's just like you
Also,
actually
like on a
that
personal
shit?
level.
That's funny because like what is it? I remember like one of my friends, they were like super into it. They were explaining to me, and that was at the time where I never heard of JoJo Bizarre Adventure except from them. And I was like JoJo Bizarre Adventure, and I was thinking of this one other anime, but it was this other anime. I was like, oh, I'm getting confused over here on my side. But yeah, no, JoJo Bizarre Adventure is like really popular, like among like a lot of people, and I'm one of the fans also of like, hey, that's a good series. It's crazy, but
Really?
yeah.
What parts have you watched, or do you have like a favorite one in particular?
Oh,
Imagine if he just says part 1.
Right?
like what is
Watch him be like, "Hello, the first episode."
I watched the first 5 minutes. Trust me, guys.
Oh my god.
Wait, I just realized something. So since we're on JoJo's, like, because I remember I came across it the other day. Like, apparently someone like pointed out that like Jesus is an actual like character in the manga of JoJo's Bizarre
Yeah.
Adventure, right?
Well, that's the thing. I also read the manga and like I'm invested in it. Yeah, no, that's an actual plot line. He
That's
is a
amazing.
JoJo.
That is amazing.
Alright, so Spaceman, tell us about what you've actually seen of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Okay, so
Yeah, go Spaceman.
so for me, okay, I did not. I did.
You didn't watch it, what?
No. Okay, so
Lied to me,
What-
damn. Ow.
okay, so here's how I watched it. It's not the normal way you would watch a series, but the way I watched it was actually through a bunch of YouTubers who reacted to the series because I didn't know if I wanted to
Oh, you're one of those people.
I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't. I wasn't sure if I wanted to get into the series or not because I actually checked out the first episode on my own. But the first episode of the first season, it's a little like, it's not actually like If people you've seen like the first episode of like JoJo Bizarre Adventure, like the first season of the first episode, it's one whole different thing. It's just like, wait, what's this about? And then it's like starts to build up from there. Well, from that, I was like, is this really what everyone's talking about? So when I watched someone like, I found like some YouTube videos recommending to me, so I started checking out those videos, and then I was like, okay, is a quicker way to go through the episodes without having to like go through that. That's what I thought at the time, and when I finished season 1 and then continued watching, and I got all the way to the most recent one, and from all of them, I gotta say, it's a very interesting series. Season 1 is definitely one of the slowest ones, but it's like kind of builds up the rivalry between the main villain. Then season 2 comes in with another villain. Things start to get more intense. Then season 3 is where everything actually really changes, and then everything else builds off from what happens at season 3. And it's definitely an interesting series, and I will have to say, from my favorite, definitely season 3, but also season 2.
Yes, I feel the same way. Have you taken a stab at any of the other, just watching it by yourself and maybe like watching part 4 and part 5? Those are also pretty entertaining.
Part 4 and part 5. Isn't
Which one is Steel Ball Run?
So Steel Ball Run is gonna be the one we get after part 6. So,
Because I'm probably the only person in you who hasn't actually watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but I've heard a lot of good things about Steel Ball Run, and I was like, right, I might check this series out soon, maybe.
when it comes when it comes from my knowledge, isn't the last one about Golden Wind so far with the anime?
so that's part 5. That's the latest one that released, and it is absolutely amazing. Like, again, like when it just gets animated into anime form, it gets a lot more exciting. Even if you know what's happening, like it just the animation, the soundtrack, the acting, even, and how over exaggerated it gets sometimes is absolutely fucking wonderful. Steel Ball Run is part 7, and believe it or not, it's a soft reboot of the entire fucking thing.
Ooh.
So, but that one is actually really good, and it just feels really fresh. I think it'll all correlate also back to the original series at one point, but you know, that's theories. This is a fucking podcast on YouTube. Yeah, no, I recommend it. I recommend the later parts.
I don't think we ever got an answer from Spaceman about an anime that he likes that everyone else dislikes.
Oh,
Yeah, we just kind of went into JoJo.
yeah. I'm not sure. I don't think I really have an anime that is like, well, I have anime that I watch, but nothing that I really liked that is unpopular by the majority yet popular to me. So I don't really know if I have an answer or not for that question.
Yep. So he's like the NA, the no choice.
Not applicable.
Okay, well for me, can we change mine to like a hentai studio that everyone hates, but I actually, don't mind, or I kind of do like?
Are you gonna elaborate? Or?
Well, ask the question. Like, am I allowed to do that, or just no?
Well, so long as you don't get like explicit.
Oh well, yeah, okay, I'm not, because the thing is, like, like people like well, actually, then again, I'm probably just a horny bastard that just doesn't mind like jerk off.
Yeah.
But like what's the word? Like,
well, you said studio, right?
Yeah. And
like
the studio is
series.
No,
studio. It's just like you just like the studio and what they do.
No, it's just I don't mind it, but like everyone gives it hate, and I'm just like, I appreciate all hentai because Stanley from The Office.
Hentai is art,
and it's called hentai, and it's art because it is. But the studio is called Queen Bee, and a lot of people will give it crap. I'm just like, they produce hentai, I like. So we're good.
Yeah, that was bad. I thought he was gonna try to reach there for a minute. I was like, oh my god, how far are we willing to go?
No, we're starting off fresh. Remember, we're new. We're better than we were before.
Yeah, only slightly though.
A bit slightly. We're still, I mean, like Spaceman is still terrible, but
Spaceman was always terrible. There's no Out of all of us, he's changed the least.
I think he got worse. Sucks though.
Fucking became a
one of these days, Spaceman is gonna be tired of all the shit we're giving him, and he's just not gonna record the episode.
Yeah, he's just like
it'll be absolutely gold, and he'll be like, I'm sorry, what was that again? Fuck you, Spaceman.
Have you guys ever heard of the YouTube channel Bacon?
No.
Bacon.
Ah, damn! Yes. I would really love it because they just do like little short clips of funny shit that they run into in Oblivion, and it's hilarious. No. You have to search it up.
Bacon.
I know of all the clips you are talking about, and that shit is hilarious.
Do I just look up Bacon? Like,
I think it's bacon underscore Bacon. Yeah, underscore.
What?
Bacon underscore. And again, I'm really thinking about buying Oblivion. It's on sale right now, Game of the Year edition for like $3, and I'm like, ooh, spicy.
I haven't played that game in so long, and it's mainly because it's one of those like really not challenging games, but it's hard to get into because Skyrim is my favorite Elder Scrolls game, and it's the game that it's not just my favorite Elder Scrolls game, but one of my favorite games of all time. And I've spent hundreds and hundreds of hours on that game. And getting into Oblivion after spending all that time in Skyrim, man, I can't imagine myself doing that. They're way different games.
They are.
Oh yeah.
It reminds me of when I played Fallout 4. Because I played the Fallout series, but my first game was New Vegas, and I remember I was so into that, And then when I found out about Fallout, 4, it changed like my entire perspective on Fallout, and I really enjoy Fallout 4. I still do up to this day, even though people still give a shit. But
I'd love to talk about Fallout the Frontier right now, but
we don't speak of 76.
No,
that's a no on these parts.
That's a no on both parts, but the Frontier is arguably kind of worse.
Fallout Frontier. Oh, you're talking about the mod.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't do that here either.
Here we go.
You guys remember when there was a Fallout 76 subscription that was like for $100?
You mean Fallout?
Oh, yeah.
It was insane.
That was terrible.
Best bank for your buck?
Remember where you have to pay like $5 just to get enough points just to like get some blue paint for your armor. My
That's,
goodness.
I don't know what
Fucking
that is.
Bethesda.
But apparently, like 76 is getting better with the recent updates, so you know I'll check in with that because I'm a huge Fallout fanatic. Like one day I hope that like you know if I'm ever successful and have like a lot of time on my hands, I'm still alive. Like I want to make
One day if I'm still alive.
one day if I'm still alive, you know. You know,
GLaDOS would like to have a word with you.
I want to make my own power armor. Like it's awesome. You're literally in a walking tank, my guy.
Power overwhelming.
Shut up, spaceman.
This is also going to be on YouTube. I just realized I've been a potty mouth this entire time.
Well, it's not like we were ever gonna make money on this anyway.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, we're just here for the shits and giggles.
Alex cries in single penny that comes from YouTube ad revenue.
Dude, I'm not even eligible for YouTube partnership status. It's the saddest part.
Oh no! Shit,
Man,
you get a quarter for that stuff.
I miss the days when anyone could get into YouTube partnership.
Oh yeah. Now they're looking for like the big top guns.
Yeah.
They looking for. Are you in a boxing match with KSI? No, then get out.
Yeah,
Hey,
get
yo,
down.
We don't want to advertise your shit.
Hey yo, are you quote unquote kid friendly? Nah. Okay, we don't want you.
It's
Oh,
hilarious.
but actually-
Softcore
I
porn.
feel,
That's kid friendly. Get it in here.
It's
yeah,
also
I feel we keep interrupting each other. We gotta stop that.
Sorry.
Okay, hold on. Spaceman, go.
okay. It's hilarious. Like YouTube's algorithm because it'll go like, okay, we promote kid friendly stuff, and it's like that's it. But then when you get to like some actual like it's like okay, I don't want to be kid friendly. I'm going to put it as straight up adult like themed stuff. Then YouTube would say, oh yeah, that's kid stuff now. It's like what? It's just ridiculous.
So basically, Spaceman just pointed out, things that everyone else has been pointing out for the past 10 years. So that's the last time we'll ever let you talk.
Yeah.
This is just softcore Fortnite porn. I know. It's kid friendly. It's got Fortnite in it. It's
That's
like,
Fortnite. Nerf guns. It's good.
Oh, you're uploading a prank where you pretend to kill your girlfriend? Alright, that's kid friendly. We'll let that too.
3 a.m. Ouija board challenge? Hell yeah. Get that on my site.
Yo, I remember when the whole pranking videos were like a huge thing, like a huge trend.
Oh,
I remember this one time this one guy he pranked one of his friends that he killed his best friend right there in front of him. I'm like,
Oh,
bro,
you mean
what
Sam
is-"
Pepper?
I think that one. Was it that one?
He's the guy who did that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
And he got away with it, I think.
Well, I guess not in terms of relevance, because no one knows who he is nowadays.
Yeah,
But he did get away with doing it.
yeah. That was just so sad to watch. I was like, dang, you're really out here traumatizing this guy right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never got the prank stuff. It's just it popped into existence. It's like, why are people enjoying this kind of stuff?
Spaceman, if I blew up your car and I said it's a prank, it's funny.
That's the magic of it. You don't understand.
You don't get it, you dumbass.
Yeah,
Well, if we
If I
actually
killed
did
your
that to
dog
Spaceman, then it
right
would
in
be
front
funny.
of you,
So I
it
don't
would
think
be
that's a fair comparison.
absolutely hilarious. If I just became a terrorist and just blew up your house, it would be hilarious.
my main goal is to blow up and
Yeah.
act like I don't know nobody.
Okay, listen, guys. We just have to reenact 9/11, and then we'll get all the views.
Okay, I think we reached the line.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait. No.
No,
Okay,
no.
so we have to do that, and we have to do a Jeff Hardy power bomb off the Empire State Building.
God.
Oh my goodness.
And it came
To
out.
think
Do.
that we got to this point after arguing about anime for like 30 minutes.
That is hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anime always leads you to dark places, man.
Bro, you have no idea. I remember this one time. I came across this one anime where it was like, yeah, it was a twin situation, but it was a boy and girl thing. But it was basically hentai.
It was?
Yes, and it was
You got
incest.
debated.
It was incest, and I was like, what is this?
Travis.exe stopped working.
Oh man, I'm so traumatized. I was like, no, no, no.
Like,
What series was this? What did this to you?
I don't want to look it up. But they were caught walking in the front door by their friends, and they still kept going.
Oh no!
Jeez.
It sounds like he's
Are you sure you had your glasses on and you didn't mistake YouTube for fucking Pornhub? Jeez.
Oh man, why did I force myself to remember that? Oh yes, for the meme.
It's all for that, to make the viewers laugh.
But
We bleed and we kick Spaceman's butt only for the viewers, just for the viewers.
You know, I thought you were gonna pull a Batman versus Superman and be like, Spaceman, do you bleed? You will.
And then we get to the famous Martha moment.
Except, oh no, I can't say that.
Except instead of Martha, it's just him going, space. Why did you say that? Why did you say that? Why did you say that word?
It's literally in your name.
It's part of your name.
Hey, so are we all doing a watch party of Justice League Snyder Cut, or?
I mean, if one of us has a copy of it, I'll watch.
I'll watch.
I got an HBO login.
Oh wait, it's on HBO?
It's gonna be on HBO Max.
Huh.
Ooh, I'm finna watch it because I have login. Just
Huh.
So anyway, what do you guys think about regular show?
I love it.
I love regular
I
show.
love regular
I
show,
haven't
except
seen it.
it's
Alright,
just
well,
a relationship.
Spaceman, you can just go die in the corner.
Yeah, Spaceman, you can just you can get up from the desk and go back to holding the camera, holding the stationary camera.
You are our slave, Spaceman.
Oh no, I feel intimidated.
Work for capitalism. But I love regular show. It's just what really irritates me a lot looking back at it is just, it's just Mordecai with Margaret and then Mordecai with CJ. It was just very But otherwise I love it. It's really awesome. It's good. It's bomb. Bomb.com.
What do you guys think about Adventure Time?
Amazing. 10 out of 10.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, what have you watched, Spaceman?
Yeah. Okay, look, we're gonna delve into this right now. What have you watched? Yes.
I've seen the last of the Avatar.
I thought you were gonna say The Last of Us.
That's not even out yet.
Yo, show that's not even out yet.
The show's not even out yet, but okay.
Oh my.
I mean, Last of Us is a bomb game. We don't speak of part 2 though, but
No.
Oh yeah,
Part-
no,
part
none of
two,
us talk about that shit.
Yeah.
Let's get into that.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Anyways, Spaceman, go on.
Well, I don't know where we're putting the line on how many things I can just reference, but it's okay, SpongeBob, the last Avatar, then there's
Avatar: The
Think you
Last
mean The Last
Airbender. Get it
Airbender.
right.
You normie.
This man really sat here and said, "The Last Avatar."
Get on my site.
Oh my gosh. Samurai Jack, the Flintstones.
Okay,
the
you redeemed
Jetsons.
yourself.
I know
Did you say Inception?
No, the Jetsons. I watch a bunch.
Oh,
I didn't watch Cartoon Network or was it Nickelodeon a lot.
Boomerang.
I watched a ton of Boomerang at the when I was young.
Hey.
That was one of those shows, not shows. That was one of those channels I couldn't watch because we didn't have the money for it.
It's funny though because shows that would be on Cartoon Network, you know that those shows were dying if you find them on Boomerang.
Oh yeah, that's where they send shows to die.
But the thing is though, The thing is, I love Boomerang mainly because of the wacky racers. Like that's like the biggest like cartoon crossover that you ever can like find.
You know,
Yeah.
okay, since we're talking about Boomerang now, my biggest upset about Boomerang currently is that was it Cartoon Network?
Okay, we're done.
Cartoon Network turned Boomerang into a kids thing like Nickelodeon.
No way.
They're barely even showing like the old like shows anymore. Like the last I checked, like of Boomerang, they were showing like new new shows in quotations, but like was it Lego they're like Lego creatures for like some like kids. There was like I don't know. They turned it like all cartoony like Nickelodeon instead of the old classic like Boomerang. And I was so upset when I saw that. I was like, no, you tarnished the one channel that I knew was really good. And they have like man, I don't remember exactly what they had anymore. I just remember like seeing like that they did that, and I was like, oh my gosh. But that's all the knowledge that I know for that currently.
Sonic or fucking Cartoon Network to Sonic Boom on week 1. You're already on Boomerang.
Yeah,
Man,
they changed that series.
Speaking of cartoon like crossovers, I remember when like Cartoon Network were doing like a mini thing they would do for like commercials where they had like some of the Cartoon Network characters interact. That was some bomb stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like
I miss those bumpers.
I still remember like when like that one where it's like Samurai Jack, Johnny Bravo, and like Blossom. They're like in the laundry. And then like Samurai Jack takes out his like uniforms and it's in pink, and Johnny Bravo's like, so like pink. And then Blossom shows up, she's like, my bad.
You remember the promos they would air whenever they showed a movie on Cartoon Network? Now it would just be all of the characters just sitting in a movie theater and annoying the shit out of each other.
Yes, I remember that.
They should do that more often. I miss
really
the days
should.
when they gave a shit about what they were airing in between like commercial breaks.
Because like that's the thing that made them different from like Nickelodeon,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just you hate to see it.
Yeah.
I really hate to see it.
Do you guys remember the Hub?
The what?
I remember
Hub.
the Hub Network.
Oh, the
Yeah,
Hub.
it was another Cartoon Network.
MLP.
Yeah, that's the most popular cartoon they're associated with. That and Dan Versus, which is the superior show.
Yes.
And also, did they do a Transformers Prime? Or
I think
Yeah,
so.
they did. Transformers Prime was. It wasn't.
Those are
worse.
Those are the only shows I can remember from the Hub, because everything else was just kiddie shit.
It really was.
I still don't know how they got Dan Versus on that network though, because not only was it way better than anything else they were airing, but it was also like a really not hardcore show, but not exactly something you'd put on a kids network.
Yeah, I did notice that.
Have either of you ever heard of Dan Versus?
No.
I have watched Dan versus.
No.
Damn, you're missing out. That's a really underrated show.
Oh, wait a minute! Isn't that the thing with a guy where he's like mad at like a lot of like every episode he's like mad at something?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
that's
think I
the
watched like
basic
one episode.
premise.
Yeah, I think I watched one episode and that was it.
you're missing out.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm missing out on a lot of things.
I keep. Who's the main voice actor in Dan Versus? Because he's in a lot of other shows, but I can never remember his name.
Oh, you mean Troy Baker?
Nah, that's like the video game guy.
Yeah, that is the video game guy. It's just like a new Batman game. Here's some Mega 64 joke. Like, the new Batman game is starring Troy Baker as every character in this thing.
Oh, here we go. His name is Curtis Armstrong. He's
Him.
Dan.
Yeah, he's such a he's such a talented voice actor. And he's one of like the few like live actors, like I don't know what you would call them, like regular actors, whatever. He's one of like the few actors who's really good at voice acting. You don't get that a lot. Like usually when
really
actors
don't.
try to do voice acting, they suck at it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But Curtis Armstrong has like a really expressive voice and a really distinct one. Like as soon as you hear it, you can recognize who it is.
Just like Troy Baker.
Or Keith David.
Yeah, so I was about to say like or Keith David. It still blows my mind that Keith David voice acted in a Studio Ghibli movie.
Which one was it?
It was Princess Mononoke.
Oh, you mean the one that doesn't count?
It counts. Shut up.
It doesn't count. I
I
refuse to count that movie.
It counts. It counts. Shut up. It counts.
I don't know what's going on.
Or he voice acted in Saints Row 4.
Oh yeah,
God,
he did.
Yeah, a god tier game, and like I just love how like throughout the entire game they just keep calling him by his actual like real name.
Yeah, they
They're
don't
just,
refer
like,
to him as his character.
yeah, it's just
Hey,
it's
it's
Keith
Keith
David. Keith David is all around awesome man.
Yeah, has he done movies? I feel like he has.
He has, yeah, he's done movies. Off the top of my head,
I know he was in. I think he was in Wreck-It Ralph.
Was he? I feel like you're talking.
I think he played
feel
like the army dude. I think, like the
no,
commander.
you're thinking of the Allstate man.
Oh yeah, yeah. Never
Yeah,
mind.
Yeah, you're thinking of the Allstate man. Oh, he was in Armageddon. He was in Armageddon with Bruce Willis, Ben Affleck,
Oh yeah,
and a bunch of other like celebrities.
A-list celebrities. Yeah.
A-list celebrities, like I think Owen Wilson at some point.
Does he count as an A-list celebrity these days?
Yeah, I think Keith David was like the president.
Hmm.
Say what you may about Armageddon.
One can only wish.
I wish he was the president.
Do you guys remember when Kanye West ran for president?
That was funny.
How
shit
long
was
did that even
hilarious.
last for? Like, I heard like it only for a month and then just disappeared like that.
Oh no, it didn't disappear. He was actually waiting on his results the night of when the ballots were being counted.
That's
Oh.
really funny.
He like midway, the ballots weren't even being like the ballots were finished counting, and he was like, "All right, I'm closing my race. We're forfeiting."
Damn, didn't even wait till they finished.
Honestly. Well, then again,
How many
like,
votes did he get?
yeah, that's a good question.
You know what? I'm curious too. Let's search that up real quick. Okay, Google.
Because the thing is, you can still write his name in when you're like voting. Like even
Yeah,
if you don't,
you're like if you're like mail-in voting.
yeah, you can just write his name in. Like, man, remember when these nuts were running for president?
Oh yeah, they got
Remember when people were voting for
60,000
Harambe?
votes out of an estimated total of 160 million.
160 million votes. And how many people are in the U.S. again? Like 7 billion, the entire planet? Yeah.
Alright, Travis, come on.
Yeah, he later released a tweet of himself and his like map, election map, and with the caption of Kanye 2024. We'll hear from that man again.
Well, he did get 106 million votes, so.
Yeah.
No, like 60,000 out of that 100
Oh,
million.
Oh,
okay, never mind then.
I'm about to say, like, okay.
Little fate in humanity restored, guys. I know. Like, holy shit, we're not that fucked. Okay.
I don't know. I might have voted for him just for the joke, like because I didn't vote in this election because I didn't like either candidate. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just sit this one out again. But if someone put like a gun to my head and forced me to vote, I probably would have voted Kanye West just for the meme.
For you,
Yeah, no, just write his name in, you know?
For
we're still in
the
the middle. Oh my god, we're not talking politics. No, I'm not gonna get into all that. Nope, 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 nope.
Let's talk about video games instead.
Keith David, I love the fact that he voice acts as Spawn. It's so good.
He's like the perfect voice for Spawn.
Yeah, it's just like he's meant for it.
Yeah.
No, he played Spawn in the miniseries, right? Like the animated show.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Did he do anything else with Spawn? Like, was he in like any of the movies or something, or was it just that show?
It was just that show.
They're doing a reboot of it, right?
Oh, really?
I thought they were, from what I remember. I might be wrong though.
Well,
Spaceman,
they are. Yeah, search up Spaceman.
What happened?
You suck.
Never mind.
Oh
You
no!
failed us again, Spaceman.
Oh no! Quick time events. I'm not ready.
Oh, wait a minute! Keith David was also in Gargoyles, right?
Oh, he played the main one.
played the
right?
main one!
Character.
Ah,
I gotta watch that show again.
honestly, bro, Gargoyles was such a good I almost said anime. You know what? I don't care. Isn't it?
You know what? It counts to us.
It counts to us.
That
You'll be
leads
like-
us to a very interesting question, though. Can
What's
an
up?
anime be produced outside of Japan?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like Avatar.
think
Last
so.
Airbender.
Yeah, that's my go-to like example for whenever anyone like makes the argument of, oh well, it's not an anime because it wasn't made in Japan, and I'm like, animes aren't like a location-based thing. Like they're an art style.
Yeah, I was about to say
Yeah.
the same thing.
Or just like remember Nickelodeon with Kappa Mikey?
Oh yeah,
Like
that was
it was supposed to be like
the
a
shit.
parody, but still like most of the art style was very anime like.
Yeah,
Consistent
Yeah,
too.
it was consistent.
we need a reboot of that.
Bro, we really do. I still remember that one episode of when like the director or something, he was like, "Oh, I am going on vacation," and like you just see him sticking around the airport the entire time.
That was great.
That was
Oh my
amazing.
God.
I love
Oh,
that
do
one.
you remember the joke where they're trying to hide away from like all of their rabid fans, but they find out that they're hiding at Mikey's apartment, and
Yes.
Mitsuki's like, how did these guys find us? We literally didn't leave any clues, and then it cuts to the outside of the building where I forget what's written, but it's basically here we are, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, Kappa Mikey was such a good anime.
That it was.
It was underrated. It was also gutted by the network. They shoved
Yep.
that shit off to Nicktoons like nothing.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I guess
Yeah.
Ruby would count as like another.
Ruby definitely
And-
Oh
counts.
yeah, Ruby definitely counts. Yeah. How could I forget? Such a good anime.
And also Doki Doki Literature Club, even though it's not technically an anime. It's like a
Wait, would you?
it was
even,
made here in the West, you know?
Would you even consider it?
Yeah.
Because it's what is it?
So,
It's a visual
Novel?
novel,
Yeah, the visual
Yeah.
novel. So
but it's like anime-esque. You know?
wouldn't
Yeah,
it then
plus
be
like
considered a
visual
manga?
novels are like a spin-off of anime.
Yeah, spin-off.
Wait,
Yeah, what'd you
wouldn't
say,
it?
Spaceman?
Wouldn't it also just be considered a manga instead of an anime?
Yeah, I think they're their own thing. I don't think you could call it a manga at all.
Yeah, like Doki Doki Literature Club was something. It was a ride. It was a ride.
It's I don't know. It's been too long since I played it, so I don't have any insight into it.
Yeah, I still remember every bit of it because it really did mess me up, honestly. And then I still remember when we did like our playthrough of it together.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
the one that we
yeah.
never finished.
I wish I could just forget, but I can never forget how Spaceman is just he friggin' voiced Sayori and
In that annoying ass voice.
I beg of you. This sounds like a gateway to go back.
no, we're not going. We're not.
You
going
want to
back.
talk about politics? Okay.
We'll actually discuss politics for an hour just to get away from that shit.
We're done there. We're done. Crazy. It's crazy to think how like a lot of time has gone by actually since that.
Yeah. So much has changed. Except for
Yeah.
Spaceman being an asshole.
Except for Spaceman, yeah, being a fucking bitch. Fucking Spaceman.
So,
You guys ever had any you guys have any
Barbershop.
interesting barbershop stories?
Nope. I don't have any stories on my side.
Damn.
All my barbers have been just alright,
They
decent.
just do their job.
Yeah, they just do their job, nothing special.
You're lucky, man.
How about you?
A lot like the thing about barbers is that it's one of those jobs that involves like a lot of talking and a lot of like communicating with people, and I suck at that. So that's why I almost never get my hair cut because one, I don't know like the basic like terminology. I don't know what you're supposed to ask for, or like how you're supposed to ask your hair to be cut. Like I don't know any of that. Like I'm fine with my hair the way it is, so I just stay out of barbershops. But on the days where I do go to get my hair cut, the barbers I get are always like super talkative and obnoxious, and they expect me to like join in on their like random like conversations, and I'm like, I'm just here to get a haircut. I don't want to talk about whatever like pop songs are popular right now.
Oh my gosh. You know, you do have a point there. They do love talking.
yeah.
What about you guys?
I go to salons, or like not exactly, but like hair salons. Yeah, I go to hair salons, and I just have stylists working my hair.
This man.
Fancy.
I'm just built different.
Your boy's fancy.
I was gonna start singing the lyrics to "I'm So Fancy," but that would have emasculated me. So
I hate getting my hair cut. True story. So no, not really. I do relate to Alexis. It's actually been a minute since I've been to a barbershop.
Yeah, same with me.
It's starting to get wild, but I mean, like, I can manage it. To be quite honest, I have a sponge, so you know.
My
Yeah,
biggest
I
problem
understand.
with my hair is that it always gets in. It always like gets in my like face, so I have to like push it back with like a headband. But other than that, but I don't mind the way my hair looks that much. So yeah, I've just never been that kind of person. You know, I'm a very simple man when it comes to how I look and how I dress. Like just whatever is comfortable with me is what I'll go with 95% of the time.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that.
Man, remember when we were talking about anime and this podcast was supposed to be about that?
Now it became about everyday life.
the classic
Became
close
about-
the tab theme, where it's just
It's
like,
all-
oh yes, one
it's-
topic to
it's-
another, baby.
It's almost like it's a slice of life.
A slice of life podcast. With
He brought it back, Alexis.
Yep.
He did bring it back.
That was like a god tier move.
Holocaust party joins the fray.
What?
Nothing.
Now we're gonna get cancelled for the
Like-
7th time.
500 cancellations later.
Adolf
this is like-
Hitler.
That reminds me
Minecraft-
of an interesting question. Which characters? Because I don't think we've ever had this discussion with Travis before. But which character would you want added to Smash?
Huh.
Oh, we already talked. Well, we did talk about this, but I don't know if we talked about it.
I don't know if it was on here though.
No, it was.
But I do remember talking about it though. How like I would like Doom God, but it's probably not gonna happen.
Yeah, never say never should. Snake made it in. And that was really controversial.
Oh yeah, I remember. Or Master
Is
Chief.
Doom owned by Bethesda?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
it is.
Alright,
So it
'cause I was about to
comes-
say I would prefer, like, if we were gonna go with a Bethesda character, I would prefer the Dragonborn over Doom guy.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's true. Dragonborn has had well, not much actually. They're almost like similar.
Much like about the same level of iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they're gonna fucking also simultaneously announce that same day when it happens that Skyrim is now headed to the Atari VCS.
Hey, remember when they announced that Gino was gonna be a skin rather than his own character?
Yes, sir.
That was a great day on Twitter.
Very
I know nothing about that.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh well, Gino was this random side character in a
From Super Mario RPG.
Super Mario RPG, and for years people have been wanting him as like a character in Smash for whatever reason. I legitimately don't understand why, but Nintendo recently announced that he was going to be added in Smash, but he was going to be a skin for your Mii instead of just a regular character, and that
That's
pissed
funny.
everyone who wanted Gino in the game in.
Well,
Hilarious.
I love internet fanboy tears.
it's just like, all right, you have your representation. Just be happy. Like, what is it? Especially with the indie community, they got They got at least Shovel Knight in there, so that was a big plus.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and Sans from Undertale.
Oh yeah.
That was basically a character drop. Just, I guess, sucker I got.
Well, we can argue the technicality, but it was just a Mii costume.
It was.
Yeah.
But still,
And
that's-
also Cuphead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Cuphead made it in. Altair made it in, technically.
Yeah.
Minecraft.
Oh yeah, they did add Minecraft Steve.
And he's a full-fledged character, not just some extra.
Yeah, they added Minecraft Steve, Minecraft
Does
Alex,
he count as
the
indie though?
zombie, Enderman.
Because
What
Minecraft is
happened?
owned by Microsoft now. So would that count as an indie character?
I would say me, yes, because he started out as an indie character. Like, it was an indie game that was then picked up by a big company.
No, yeah.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah, he
It's,
speaks.
kind of sad that like of all of the characters that Microsoft owns, Banjo Kazooie and Steve were the ones that made it in Smash. Like they
Yeah.
couldn't lobby for Master Chief.
You know,
That
Master
still might
Chief-
happen.
Yeah, it still could happen. I mean, like, what is it? Just imagine, I just imagine Master Chief comes in and it's just Master Chief versus Sephiroth. It's like, well, here we go.
That shit is gonna be it. Oh
Yeah.
shit. We'll finally get Samus versus Master Chief, which
Oh yeah,
shit.
that's true. Range
Dude.
versus range.
That would be a dream come true. And I don't even play Halo.
I guess
The
for
thing
me,
I always like. Oh well, yeah.
Oh.
You go ahead because I was gonna go on a totally different tangent.
I got a lot of characters that I already want. So if anything, Sakurai did say that like just because your character becomes a Mii fighter or like a sticker, doesn't count their chances out entirely. I think just in the case of Gino though, yeah. But for
They should
me,
be
Travis
happy with what they got.
Touchdown, it was a Mii fighter, but like that got a lot of upset. And Suda51, the creator of Travis Touchdown, is also was also one of the lead developers on Brawl. So I wouldn't count him out like entirely yet. But if he doesn't make it in, I'm happy with his inclusion as a Mii fighter.
Mm-hmm. I've always wanted Paper Mario to get in Smash, just because I feel like because they already dedicated a whole slot to Dr. Mario, like in the past, even though he's not really all that different from the regular Mario.
That's
Aside
true.
from like slight differences in movesets. So like, if you're gonna include any variation of a character, why not go with the one that has an entire series?
This is true. Yeah, no, like I totally feel you on that. Paper Mario would just be a no-brainer, to be quite honest, at this point.
You guys remember the Paper Mario maps that were included in Smash Ultimate?
Oh yeah.
Those
Yeah.
Every time I play on those maps, I get emotional because I'm like, we could have a Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door remake, and it could look really good, but Nintendo just doesn't want to do it.
Somebody get Intelligent Systems to stop making another fucking Fire Emblem game and just do it already. It'll happen eventually. Damn it. Hell bent on it.
The Origami King is cool and all, but I want the Thousand Year Door remake.
That shit is gonna be so meta. Because like already the humor in that game was just like fantastic, right?
Mm-hmm.
I really do hope like they keep the same level of writing that was in that game because it's like it's timeless. I don't say that about many pieces, but it's absolutely fucking timeless.
And
Yeah.
It requires like very minimal adjustment, if any at all.
and
Yeah, it's a really easy game to get into.
And so, like, something
It
to add
has.
too is like in the Thousand Year Door, what made it also like stand out the most is all the different characters you can actually interact with.
Yes.
Like you have like so many different characters that are different, unique, and like even if you came across them later in the level, you don't get confused with them like with any other character. You're like, oh, I know that character. And it's like, hey, and so on and so forth. And like each
They're
character
also
has-
like distinct.
yeah, with their own personalities, with their goals, and each one like had their own like subplots to them.
I think that before the Origami King came out, that the only Paper Mario game that had a story as good as the Thousand Year Door was Super Paper Mario. But like the thing with that game was that it's one of those games that suffers from it has a great story, but the gameplay is really shitty.
I feel that. Oh, oops.
Anyway, I'm trying to remember what tangent I was gonna go on that I talked about earlier. Oh yeah, I've always wanted Sony to have some sort of representation in Smash, and of course this was before The Last of Us 2 and all the nonsense that went down with that game.
Oh yeah.
Like before that, I had always wanted Sony to get some representation in Smash, but I doubt that's ever going to happen simply because of like the bad blood that exists between Nintendo and Sony.
Yeah, that shit is like it's been so many years, but they really did host Sony.
Mm-hmm.
That's a story for the ages.
Yeah. You know
It's
that
like, do
they
you know how Philips CDI came into existence, kids? Well, it's a very, very, very long story.
did you hear that the original prototypes for the Super Nintendo disc add-on that Sony produced, like someone actually has like a working like copy of that?
Prototype of it?
Yeah. That shit's wild.
For the longest period of time, like the dude who had it wouldn't put it in a damn museum, and like it came under controversy because first of all, if it wasn't in a museum, we couldn't get proper emulation to emulate its hardware or structure, right?
Mhm.
Even if it is a basic Super Nintendo. So like for the longest period of time, we were all just being Indiana Jones. He's like, that thing belongs in a museum. I'm just like, when did we all become old and Harrison Ford? Anyways, fucking, I'm glad it's finally in a museum because shit, it really did. It's delicate and it's a huge piece of history.
Yeah. Anyway, the CDI. Remember that, kids?
Yeah.
Remember that, kids?
I'm still hoping that
course
one of
you
these
do.
days, Nintendo incorporates the Legend of Zelda CDI games in a future Zelda title, like in some way.
That would just
Because
be
as shitty
hilarious.
as those games are, they do have pretty interesting lore behind them, and I would like to see some of that maybe be incorporated in other Zelda titles. I want to see
You're
Morshu
asking for
come
that
back. At
shit
least.
to manifest?
I need to see Morshu in another Zelda game.
Oh my gosh.
If
That
nothing else, he should at least be in Smash.
that would be hilarious. Actually, what is it? I was just thinking it's like characters that could be like added to Smash, right? And
Yeah,
I think one major one that could easily like be like a really good candidate could be the main character from Shadow of the Colossus.
I don't know who that is.
You mean us? Have you never played Shadow of the Colossus?
Oh, I have played Shadow of the Colossus. I just don't know the name of the main character.
Oh no, I'm talking to Alexis.
Oh no, I haven't.
Oh, it's like one of the.
I've only heard about it.
It's a famous PS2 game that came out like years ago, where it was like unique due to like the way like the graphics were, and also like the way they present giant colossuses that were like at the same motion. Like basically, you were fighting these giant colossus while they were moving and while they were trying to attack you, and you had to like climb up.
Spaceman. I don't want to like be an asshole or something, but I know what the game is.
Oh, okay.
That's what I meant by I've heard about it.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I know the basics of it.
I was like, "There's no way in hell," and then he started explaining it. Just like, I wouldn't go there, buddy. But you should give it a shot at one point, though. I really do think so. It's not that long of a game, to be quite honest. And if you don't like it, I mean, like, I don't feel like there's any time wasted per se.
It's a really enjoyable game, if anything.
It got a fucking huge ass remake, like from the ground up on PS4.
Oh yeah, it
Great.
did.
I own it. I might play it.
You know what else got a really big remake on the PS4? Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
You're lying to me. The day that happens, I'll cry. Either that or fucking Grand Theft Auto 4 gets a remake.
Oh, dude.
Oh my
That would
god.
be, oh my god. One of my big dreams right there. Where's that petition? I want to sign that.
So they're saying like GTA Online could get a Liberty City expansion down the line because of
It
the
should have
fact that they
happened
just
by
don't
now,
want.
as far as
It should have happened by now, though. So I feel like it's an engine limitation, but that's definitely going to be something in talks of like the next iteration of.
I
what
feel like
GTA
that's a
Online will
bullshit
look like.
argument.
Yeah, because like, don't they have like a submarine now in there?
They do.
They've
They
added
do.
so much stuff into the
Yeah,
online
and
mode that
it's so much.
I can't buy the argument that it's a hardware issue, guys. It can't add a whole city. And I'm like, that's.
Well, keep in
such
mind, it's like the
nonsense.
same engine that was built on the PlayStation 3, though.
Yeah,
like,
but
they
there have
made
been
a
other
PlayStation 3
PlayStation 3
version.
games that have done like way more stuff than this. Like at least try it. You know, you're a
Right,
multi-million-dollar game studio.
Yeah, no,
You can't
I
tell
would
me
just
you
be
can't
like,
devote the
bullshit.
resources.
Fact that, yeah, that is true, but Rockstar has money, and they keep making money, so it's bound to happen, right?
One of these days.
Way, we're not getting another Grand Theft Auto game right now, but we are getting Grand Theft Auto 5 again on next generation consoles this year, so look forward to that.
God, Rockstar is
God,
becoming the next Bethesda.
It's just like, we heard you like Grand Theft Auto 5 so much, so we ported it to the Nintendo GameCube. What about the Switch?
What's a Switch?
The fuck's the Switch? Get out of here.
At least with Bethesda, they're actually working on Elder Scrolls 6.
Oh
Yeah, it's been announced. It's just really early in production right now.
I hope that they don't fuck it up.
I hope they take a note out of fucking CD Projekt Red's book and just don't even fucking try it. Gamers are pissed. Gamers are pissed.
Oh yeah.
Where's it taking place in again? It's right?
Let me make sure I got the lore details right. I don't want an Elder Scrolls nerd coming at me.
That's the last thing we need.
It's the last thing we need. Okay. Elder Scrolls 6 location. Hammerfell.
Ooh, the black one.
Lord? Hammerfell yet? In an Elder Scrolls game?
Nah.
I don't think so.
So that's gonna be a completely fresh new location. Niche.
Hammerfell is the Africa of the Elder Scrolls lore.
Mm.
We're about to see some black people.
No, Travis, that's not. Yes. Yes, Travis. That is what it means.
That sucks though. I always wanted an Elder Scrolls that took place either in Black Marsh or what's the place where the Dark Elves are from? Daggerfall, I think.
Daggerfall.
Yeah.
We had a Daggerfall game, but it was like a DOS game from like ages.
Yeah, that doesn't count to me.
That's
Elder Scrolls starts at Morrowind and then works its way up from there. That's where it starts.
That's me. Have you ever finished Morrowind? Shit is incredibly long.
Like, it's one of those games that I refuse to believe there's an ending. They did not code an ending to that game because there's so much shit to do.
Damn, yeah. It just feels long. I never got to the end, per se. I still own it on PC, and I could buy it right now on Steam.
It sucks that they haven't, like, at least made it available on other consoles, because I haven't played Morrowind in about a decade, and that's because I don't have a PC that can run it.
Really?
Yeah, as embarrassing as that is to admit.
Have you tried running it on your PC?
I have. I can barely run Tetris. I can barely run the copy of Tetris I bought on the Microsoft Store on my PC.
Oof.
What?
Like, remember when I tried to remember on our first podcast episode when I tried to open up Discord on my laptop and it just crashed on me?
Oh no.
That was funny.
Yeah. I work with very shitty hardware.
Damn. You want me to build you a PC? Like, I have like spare parts from my old build that could probably serve you well. And they just take up room in my room. So, please talk to me about that. Because holy shit, bro, that's a big yikes.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to like save up money to just buy a new PC without having to, like, I don't know. I'm a very simple person. I just rather buy it myself. All due respect.
Oh, no, not at all. I get you. I mean, like, I would build it. I wouldn't force you to, like, set it up or anything. I would just, like...
Well, I don't want to, like... I don't know. That makes me feel like an asshole, because I don't really do anything, and I don't really have much to offer. It's like...
It would be great to offer my services, because I don't get to build machines very often, so if anything, like, you'd be keeping me occupied. Shit.
Engineer here!
On standby.
On standby.
You don't understand. COVID has ruined our industry. I'm starved for work.
Please give me work. Please, just any work. It's like, damn, anything, bro? Anything.
Can you fix my watch for me?
It's like, get that shit out of here. That is a second job. That is a 10-second job.
That is beyond my comprehension.
You still have a watch?
You fucking use a watch? What?
You Neanderthal? Hey, do you guys remember Fitbits?
Yes.
Man, that was such a weird fad.
Yeah. What Tetris game were you trying to play and, like, run?
I can't remember, because, again, this was, like, years ago. I'm pretty sure it was just, like, normal Tetris, which is...
yeah, it wasn't, like, Tetris Effect or anything, right?
Yeah, nah. Oh, I remember when my brother and I tried to... we tried to buy Skyrim for my laptop and then run it. My God, it was a mess. We couldn't even get... we tried to lower all the settings down as far as possible. Like, all the frame rate and the resolution and all that shit. We tried to set it on the lowest possible settings so that we can try and play it on a PC. Because I always wanted to play Skyrim modded, but it just wouldn't run. We couldn't even get to the title screen without the whole system just rebooting.
So, let me fill you in on a secret. Wait, was it like 2011 edition or SE edition, special edition?
It was a special edition.
Yeah, so they fucked up.
Damn.
Fucked up. And that version, it's better now, but when it first released, and even like a little farther out in its release window, like, it divided the modding community. You weren't able to access the original edition of Skyrim anymore, and just lots and lots of things wrong with that particular edition of the game. Again, better now. Just holy shit, bro. What was Bethesda thinking? What were they thinking? It takes to run.
Yeah, I don't know. Nowadays I just play Skyrim on my Switch because it's more convenient for me. That was my primary reason for getting a Switch. Actually, was I heard you can play Skyrim like on your toilet. Fuck yeah, I'll get a Switch.
It's just like the other shit. Fucking new Mario game. Get that shit out of here. Skyrim, Todd, baby. Let's talk business.
What does Todd Howard actually do aside from being a hype man?
Lie. Professional liar. Everything works. No, sir. I beg to argue it doesn't.
Have you guys
I'm
seen Internet Historian's video on Fallout 76?
Oh man, it's been a while since I've seen that one.
Man, that's such a classic.
Lord, I love that one.
Oddly enough, though, I can't remember anything about it other than the way that it starts.
Should we watch it together, like later on after this, or?
Absolutely, I could do for some Internet Historian.
Hell yeah, that Cyberpunk video gonna go.
Oh,
that's
dude, yeah.
That
People are
shit-
still waiting on him to do a follow-up to the 76 video. Because there's been so much more shit that's happened.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, shit is just, oh my god. And then like he has to do that, and then the Cyberpunk video is just gonna be like, that's gonna be a movie. It's gonna be a 2 hour, that's gonna be an hour and a half long. It's gonna be a full-fledged movie.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Has anybody seen Cat's video on Cyberpunk? Shit had me a little depressed.
I haven't. I don't even know who that is.
I'll send you some of his work later on. It's a little hard to explain. So he does, videos like Internet Historian. Just imagine Internet Historian without commentary
Huh.
So it's just like text.
and supercut. No text either.
Oh.
Um,
So it's just like showing you stuff rather than like providing any like...
very good editing. Let's just
yeah.
say that. Yeah. Yeah, no. He made a video, had me depressed. Just that whole entire situation had me depressed because Cyberpunk is not a bad game. Just fucking, if it came out now, yeah, we'd be alright.
It's just one of those examples of games that the developers should have waited on.
Yeah.
And honestly, just cut the last generation versions of, I get it, it would cut revenue by so much, but dude, you wouldn't be getting sued right now.
Yeah. Although, how much of that is CD Projekt Red's fault? Because I've heard rumors that they only rushed the game out because of their investors, and they
It was
didn't
the
actually.
Yeah.
I don't even think it was CD Projekt Red. It was the CD Projekt Red higher ups, but their hand was being forced by investors that wanted this thing out.
Yeah, they should be the ones getting sued, as far as I'm concerned.
Deadass. Like, I'm just hoping that CD Projekt Red makes it out okay, or like if Microsoft picks them up, they will be set. But honestly, I think what's going to happen now is that they're going to continue working on Cyberpunk 2077 for the foreseeable future. We are not going to get Witcher 4 until probably the next console generation.
Yeah, that's probably like the big drawback to this whole controversy is that it's completely not killed the Witcher series, but like definitely it halted it.
Yeah.
Because they also said nothing was canceled because of our mistakes. So that means they have to work on expansions. They have to work on probably more expansions have been added just to make sure they get on their good graces, like a No Man's Sky kind of thing. Multiplayer has to be added at one point. That is a promise that was made.
Mm-hmm.
They just have a lot to do, and so like basically it's going to become
they're gonna have to fight an uphill battle to like win back the fans.
Yep. But they can do it. They can definitely do it.
Yeah.
It's a thing we've seen time and time again. We've actually seen it with Final Fantasy XIV, believe it or not, and like that was the primary example because Japan likes to do everything in a fucking big way. So if there's any game that can come back from the grave, it would be Cyberpunk. That's all I'll say on that.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Close the Tab. I know that we're supposed to have a giant debate about anime, but that kind of didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it's more due to the fact that we don't all watch like the same thing, and it's also a big difference between our knowledge of anime.
Yeah, like some of us are full blown weebs, and then some of us are just like casual watchers. And then some of us barely watch anime at all.
Yeah.
Spaceman.
Oh yeah, no, that's
It's
definitely.
always Spaceman.
Always Spaceman.
It's always Spaceman.
Anyways, I have been your host, Alex the Critic, joined here, as always, my two co-hosts, Spaceman 101 and Travis.
Ew.
Hey, yeah.
Spaceman sucks.
And we've also joined by our guest, Captain Dex. Thank you so much for, being here for like 2 hours of nonsense.
Thank you for having me. I'm really sorry. Don't ever have me on this podcast again. I want big success for all of you. So just don't do it. Don't do it.
And
Get ready for part
anyway,
2, baby.
yeah. Anyways, make sure to go and check out his podcast that I'm sure is just as entertaining as ours. Probably more.
Probably not as entertaining. This has been quite the ride. I'm still editing the first episode though.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna put
same.
the link in the bio.
Yeah, so check it out. It's called Battleships and Tea Time. And anyways, I think that'll do it for us. We will see you guys next week.